about your basic economy experience.
It was like being Jack in the Titanic. That's how I felt.
We can't stop laughing.
I
Okay.
am so tired. I'm so tired. I literally feel like I walk here. That's how I feel.
Hey kids, I'm Kamau.
I'm Selena.
And we're with the City and Beyond. And we like cheap flights.
One of our most popular videos is about Spirit Airlines. And after responding to like what feels like thousands and thousands of comments on all of our airline reviews, we realized that this may mean that there's a need for more information about budget airlines and cheap flights.
This includes basic economy. Our family and friends have told us that because of our experience and videos about basic economy that they've been utilizing it more and more. And we realized that there was a lot of questions and there's a lot of information out there. So we decided to make a video to help explain it all to you.
Before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel if you like our content. We are on the journey to our first 1,000 subscribers, and man, it's hard. But with your help, we'll get one step closer.
And without further ado, let's get started. So it starts with the basics of basic economy. What is basic economy? Basic economy started in 2012 when Delta needed to compete with low-cost carriers such as Spirit, Frontier, and Allegiant. Now, all the major carriers are doing it, and that includes Delta, American, and United Airlines.
Basic economy is an airfare class with minimal to no airline standard amenities, much like checked-in luggage, upgrades, or seat assignments. And this is all in exchange for an inexpensive flight ticket.
In most cases, this ticket only includes a seat and a personal item, and the size of that personal item varies from airline to airline.
Keep in mind, this basic airfare class is not uncommon amongst other airlines other than the ones we mentioned earlier. This can also be found in budget airlines and international ones.
Basic economy flights come with a number of names. Those names include light, economy basic, economy light, grab and go fare, saver fare, and bear fare.
For sure there's probably more, and we'll link all the videos and articles that we used in gathering the information for this video right below. Let's break down the main amenities that differentiate economy and basic economy tickets. So we want you to remember that besides amenities, the literal seat and your experience is pretty much the same as your economy passengers.
Speaking of seats, let's get into that. Seat assignments. For many carriers, the US and internationally, there are two main differences when you're getting a basic economy flight. The difference number one is you will not be able to choose your seat in advance or at all. And number two is you will not know your seat in advance, meaning sometimes they don't assign you a seat until you get to the gate. So you won't know where you are on the plane until it's actually time, well, right before it's time to get on the plane. Getting a basic economy ticket does not necessarily mean that you'll wind up in the middle seat or in the last row. It's actually more likely that if it's an earlier flight or a single ticket, they'll just sit you about, mingled about. However, if it's a group ticket or it's a later flight, which means there probably be more people, that is when you'll be likely to be in the back of the plane, in our experience. And the last point on seats is, with some airlines, sometimes they will allow you to change your seat after you've checked in, or when you arrive at the airport. You can just go up to the counter and ask them, hey, is there more room on this plane? Can I move it elsewhere? Sometimes they will allow you to do it. This is not a guarantee, but you don't know if you don't try.
Bag allowances. For bag allowances, many times you're only allowed to have a personal item, and some airlines that are really generous allow you to also do a carry-on. If you want a checked-in bag, especially for free, most of those times it's an international flight who has a saver or light economy class, which is the same as basic economy. Remember, there are definitely times where you buying your basic economy ticket and then paying the added baggage fee is still less than having an economy ticket. An example of this is, let's say you find yourself a basic economy fare for $100, and then the added baggage fee for a checked-in bag is $30 to $50, but the economy class ticket is $200. If you buy that basic economy flight ticket, that is, and then add the $30 to $50, you're still $50 to $70 less than the economy class ticket by itself. So it's still worth just getting that basic economy ticket and then paying for that added checked-in bag fee.
The next point is boarding. 9 times out of 10, when you have a basic economy ticket, they are going to board you last on the plane. The reason for this is so that you are less likely to use the overhead bin, but you were prepared and you only have a personal bag, so that shouldn't matter. However, if you do board the plane last and an overhead bin is available, they're not gonna stop you. Just take your stuff and put it right on up in there, all right? So you're rolling the dice, but there's a good chance that the space will be available because most people don't wanna walk to the back of the plane, so if you do wind up there, there will be space available.
Costs. We love the price tag of basic economy flights. Speaking of, we're currently, at the time of this recording, we are waiting on some basic economy flight tickets to purchase and to pounce on this week. So we're very in the know on basic economy. With that said, remember to check the fine print and to confirm and compare your wants to what the basic economy ticket is offering before you click submit. For us, basic economy consistently outweighs the wants of an economy ticket, and that's usually partially because we go for United and we are Chase United cardhold members, so it does actually benefit us and we get a lot of those amenities back. And the other part is we are just 2 adults traveling, so it's way easier to do a lot of the backflips you have to do for basic economy. Of course, if we had a little bambino running around here, we might be singing another tune, but maybe we wouldn't because we'd still be saving money.
Some things to consider. First and foremost, basic economy flights and even low-cost carrier flights, which are basically basic economy flights, are great for short distances. An example of this would be New York City to Maine, or Selena's girl trip from New York City to North Carolina, or our earlier trip for the Spirit video from New York to Louisiana, New Orleans, right? But would we take that all the way to California? Probably not. Probably not. And another thing to consider is, whatever your opinion is of an airline, that is not going to change with the basic economy ticket. In fact, you might have an even worse opinion of it, to be perfectly honest. So if you had problems with Delta, you will still have problems with Delta. If you had problems with United, you will still have problems with United.
And again, for us, we end up doing United a lot because we don't mind the staff, the regulations they have, fees, or even their aircrafts. And we are, again, Chase United card holders, so we do get those perks and amenities back into our ticket, so it just works out for us a lot better. And if you are interested in becoming a card holder for United as well, our referral link is in the description below.
So another thing to consider is, how convenient do you need your trip to be? So just because it's low cost does not mean it will be convenient. An example of this was a couple of years ago, a friend of mine asked me to help them find tickets. I helped them find a flight. They said it was a good price. Then they realized it was a basic economy ticket, and they said that they and their fiance like to check their bags, and not having that included in there and not being able to choose an aisle or a window seat was not convenient for them. So they would rather pay more. They wanted all of the things that they needed necessary, as well as the low costs. It can happen. It is less than likely to happen. So you need to ask yourself, do you want low costs or convenience. There is no wrong answer. The only one that is correct is the one that you choose. So keep that in mind.
Another thing to consider is if you do not have final travel plans, do not purchase a basic economy ticket. We have done this before, and if you remember, we went to Martinique. So we went to Martinique, and we actually were supposed to go on that trip with 2 other couples, and the other 2 couples pulled out. We have talked about this before, and it was with Norwegian, and I think the Norwegian flights were like light or saver seats. So it was cheaper that weekend, and we pounced on them because everybody was like, yeah, we're gonna go that weekend. And then when everybody flops and drifted off, we were stuck with that weekend, and so we had to pay the change fee. But honestly, the change fee was convenient for us, and I think still the flight ended up being pretty cheap even with the change fee included. And so I say that to say, if you are going to purchase basic economy tickets and not have final travel plans, but you just really want to lock that price in, make sure that you take that into consideration with the price of the ticket. I hope that's really clear. So if the ticket is cheap and there's a change and you find out what their change fee is, make sure that those 2 fees together, or those 2 prices together, still end up being cheaper than you just getting an economy ticket or business or whatever ticket, so that you can easily, because those you can usually easily change with no added fees. Also, if you're a light traveler already, you're already ahead of the curve. Go ahead and buy that basic economy ticket.
Speaking of which, if you're not one of those people, like my friend and their fiance, then basic economy might not be for you. If you need to sit in a particular place in the plane, it's probably not for you. If you're someone who gets motion sickness, so you prefer to sit like further ahead in the plane, it's probably not for you. If you're a person that is completely bothered by inconveniences, whether they be big or small, basic economy is not for you.
Not at all.
And that's okay, but now you know.
We hope that you enjoyed this video and enjoyed the content on our channel. If you do, remember to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you know anytime that we post a video. We have some upcoming content about basic economy, more stuff about basic economy and what that means, and packing for basic economy. So you don't want to miss out, especially if you like this video. So subscribe, and like us if you like us, and we'll see you next week. Bye. I don't know if there's anything else. The cat is crying. What are you yelling at me about?
Oh man, she's like, I want to be in the video. You're shedding right now, so ain't nobody picking you up. Don't pick her up, she's shedding. You'll get the hairs. All the hairs.
She's on camera. Hi.
Hi.
She's so angry.
Oh, you gotta use it now. To put that into perspective, a couple of years ago, a friend asked for me to help them find a ticket, and I helped them find the ticket, and it so happened to be a basic economy ticket, and they said it wasn't going to work for them because their fiance at the time...
Sorry, the cat was...
Should I start over?
Yeah, the cat was over the camera.